Officially. All right, I'll see you guys in a minute or two and we'll begin.
Got it.
Okay.
Welcome back.
I'll be right back. We'll grab some water and then we'll jump into the session.
Sounds good.
But we are officially live about 15 seconds ago, so just be conscious.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep. All good.
Bummer.
A bummer that we could hear you.
Yeah, because I'm not using my microphone. I'm using an AirPod.
Ah, I see.
It's okay.
That does the job.
I guess now I can walk around while we're dying. That's good.
Silver lining.
You ever like put your water bottle in the fridge all day, but then when it's time to drink, you leave it out and it's warm again? Yeah, that's what happened to me.
Oof.
Yeah, this landing page is quite sleek.
Oh yeah. Very nice. Note to self. Sort my folders as I freaking do stuff so I don't need to do it in the future.
That is good advice. Man, I hate the stream cord sometimes, the app that lets people know you're live. Sometimes it lets people know you're live like 30 seconds after you hit the live button. Other times it's like 30 minutes. Like, it's so random.
It's better than nothing, I suppose.
Oh, absolutely. Let's do a roll call real quick. Is everything in order? And then we will begin tonight's session. Calling you out and your names in games. Aria?
Yeah.
Emra?
Yes.
Lewis?
Hi, hi.
Judith?
Yes.
Sora?
Donnelly.
Sweet, I will see you guys in 30 seconds. And we're back. All right, let's see here. What are we on yet? Let's look it up. 34. Welcome back to Phantoms of the Past. We are on episode 34, I believe. Was it Lewis that had the recap? No, Sora. Sora had the recap. Okay.
That I did?
Take it away.
Alright, gather around, friends. This Malda is a real piece of work. Not only are we having constant trouble in remembering when we see it, this one spiteful and conniving weasel, having essentially faked history. While these are but memories, all these undead soldiers and gods certainly feel real, as we relive Icarus' final battle as he forces his way into the Sun King's Keep. It is where we discovered a chamber where something called an Iron Maiden. To my immeasurable disappointment, it was not a maiden made out of iron, but a device used to torture people. One victim springing out when we tried leaving the room in the form of a king's golem, which we luckily proved to be victors in that fight. But after a rough beating, we take a moment to enjoy some mushroom soup. Well, for me to enjoy mushroom soup while Judith investigates the prison cells, where she finds lost gods to Icarus who bond with us for the fight ahead. I think I got the best pick with a man who had a glorious handlebar mustache, so I named him Sir Handlebar. I do not think he liked it. With our new friends, we made a swift exit to the fading memory into the finale of Icarus' life. This Sun King, clearly changed by the influence of the Hollow King, defeated Icarus, his own men betraying him. Such men that now threatened to stab us in many more places than the back. If it were not for the brave actions of our ghosts coming to our aid, we may not have won this fight. I had a moment of rashness that landed me on my ass. Very shameful display, one that I would not make a second time. While Amrut and Lewis held off the betrayer and the paladin, Phoenix dueling the bard one-on-one, trading fire and radiant blasts while Aria aided me with her face spirits. This Eldritch Knight had gotten a lucky shot, but it only allowed the aerial ape to show up once more. Each use is very taxing, but the results speak for themselves. As one moment we were outnumbered and dire to within victory's grasp with my fists leading us there. This power, it is overwhelming. But I think of Ogoboss and my brother. I must be careful with this source of strength. I wonder if Yiga could help me with it. Regardless, the battle was won, but a terrible fate was revealed. The king had been sealed in the Iron Maiden we had come across. What we had destroyed was King Icarus, tortured forever by the simple whim of this Malda, no one knowing he was ever there. I hope with our actions his spirit is now free, and that he watches us, giving us that heroic spirit in a boon to help us in the fight ahead. If we are to survive this, I feel the key is to not give in to what this Malda is trying to instill into our minds. He purposefully shows us these memories to harbor hate, to harbor fear. But this is our test. Can we overcome all that holds us back? To face Palm we would have to, and we will start here.
Well done, D2 plus 1. Re-Inspirados.
I have one spare who would want one.
I have 0 if everybody else has some already.
Aria, you can have
go
mine.
for it.
Okay. Gonna have to empty those pockets tonight.
Oh, we know you will.
Oh yeah.
So let's dive in and pick up where we put the pieces down. You're deep in the memory stream of the Hollow King's domain, the old ruins of Sunsdale. You've witnessed all that you've seen so far fall apart at his hands, and no one can even remember it. You believe yourselves different. You believe yourselves capable of defeating the Hollow King when armies failed. Maybe you're right. Maybe you'll leave here thinking you've won. Only the Hollow King the wiser. So you all are catching your breath. You just witnessed the slaying of Zergus, the Sun King. You're all in this room currently, wondering if you have the time to take an entire hour to complete a second short rest, or you have to push on. Hollow King certainly knows we're here. He opened the northern door. What happens next, of course, your play to make.
I believe we may have broken through the strongest defense he had, or his strongest offense. Either way, it hurts, but we're all still alive, so we can do this.
Yeah. All we can do is
I have a strange feeling we haven't really scratched the surface of what he can really do.
But hopefully a nap is somewhere along the way to the truth,
a memory.
Judith.
I'm sorry, what?
But hopefully a nap is along the way of finding out the truth. Because I am starting to get a bit winded here.
Hopefully, after clearing everything else out in here, we might have a little bit of time. How much? Can't exactly say.
These armors are all gone, right?
They're still staying there at the moment.
Oh, they left with Pendragon.
They did seem to be on our side, though, so I don't think we need to worry too much about them.
My good sir, do you have someplace you need to go? Talking to the knight.
Yeah. They right now they're just bowing towards the throne, but they're not saying anything.
Is the Sun King's body still there?
Well, the skeletal remains in the present time, but nothing else.
I wonder if there's anything we can do to get rid of it.
See, the hero knight stands up and turns to the animated soldier. To the City of Tears we go.
City of Tears. Does that city sound familiar that we've heard of or anything like that?
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Do we want to see where they've headed, or shall we just let them go?
I think they have earned their rest.
Not to mention, I think they might have been heading backwards toward where we came. I don't think that memory exists anymore.
You don't think he left anything shiny in these chests, did he?
Judith is going to open up her jacket, and she's going to pull out this wooden, like, spiral wand and say, maybe, but maybe we can try taking a look. And I will use a charge from the Wand of Secrets, which I got from the Banshee mission.
Do you have the text loaded or no?
Yeah.
So you whip your wand around and it seems to shimmer briefly. It shoots out 30 feet in all directions. At the very least, assures you that there's no traps in the room. Doesn't yield any other information.
Okay. Well, that's a good news. So we can go ahead and just take a look.
Sora will go down to this one, rubbing her palms together. Oof. I've heard about royal treasures. I wonder what's in this one. And she'll try and push it open.
You open up the chest, you can see that there is gold, daggers, among other stuff.
Ooh, young rat. You'll like this one. There's a lot of knives in here.
Did I search the throne for any like hidden compartments or anything interesting?
Well, your wand of secrets would have revealed that there's a hidden compartment. So I mean, if you want to still search it just to do something, you can. But it would ping like a little hidden compartment, just like it would a door.
Oh, okay, got it.
I know it said
see
door
what you're saying.
specifically, but I would just let you know if there's anything hidden if you use it.
Okay, yeah, then I'll just search him for maybe any kind of jewelry or proof of who he is.
It's been about 400 years. Even his clothes are tattered, almost dust. As for any gold, there seems to be a silver band around one of his fingers.
If I take it off, is there any inscriptions on it?
Just says Lord of the Sun. It's in Elven. Yeah, you definitely speak. I was about to ask. Then that's your ears.
Lord of the Sun. Okay, I'll take that in. So I have some evidence here.
Excellent. Young Rud, are you trying to like grab up the daggers and coins?
Yeah.
So you go to grab the first dagger, your hand fades right through it. The gold and the dagger turns to dust. A memory of what once was in the chest.
Oops.
Or like kick the chest.
Chest disappears.
Is the room beginning to fade on us?
Could be, or simply it was the most irrelevant thing in this memory.
Let's just go.
You think you can push on?
Sure.
Yes. As much as I would like to take a second to breathe, I worry that we may not have as much time in here with our invitation as open as it is.
Agreed. Seemed like the memories are starting to end, especially after, well, his eye trails over to the dead body of the king.
See, the bones are just being blown away into the wind now. Used to be a skeleton, but now it's just dust.
Alright, we should move.
Yeah.
Lewis. Lewis, Judith will come up to Lewis and kind of put her hand on your shoulder and look you right in the eye and say, doesn't matter what happens in the next room. We know who you are. We all love you. And we're here with you. Okay?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, buddy.
Lewis's expression seems to soften for a moment as you say the words, and he just gives a slight nod.
Let me die. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, let's
Lighten
just
the
open
mood
up the
before we
mood.
go in.
You ready to do
So-
this with me, little man? So tell me, is this the better childhood you've had or the worse?
You can't really do worse. So
You did get to have pie.
yeah.
But now we're making you go into dungeons with nightmare-inducing mouthers, risking your life and limb, possibly being stuffed in torture devices for the rest of your life. So, I'm not so sure.
It's familiar.
That is not what I wanted to hear, but I understand. Oh. Looks like this one is locked.
I will pull out my wand of secrets and use it again to see if this is trapped in any magical way.
So you explode your wand of secrets, which I'd imagine explodes may be aggressive. It's probably real subtle. But as you use your wand of secrets to explore the room, you can see that the ceiling seems to be a false ceiling. Immediately above where the door is, before you take the curve, about this far out.
The ceiling is fake.
Sora
Oh.
will step up onto her staff and try and push on it.
Oh, your hand would just pass through it.
Well done, Judith.
That was very surprising, actually. Lewis, you think we should explore this false ceiling? Maybe there's a different route to go where we're going, or maybe it's just we're just in a floating space, and if you look up through the hole, it's just going to be a black abyss or a void.
Well, that sounds fun.
Our only lead right now. Any information's better than none.
Well, into the unknown.
Maybe
How?
we can like hold on to Sora's foot, so maybe like only your head goes through if you want.
Are you sure you want to do that? My feet are filthy.
I'd rather hold on to your filthy feet than lose you.
Oh, you're so sweet, Judith.
Yep.
All right. Apologies for just how dark they are. Again, I walk everywhere on my bare feet. Here we go.
You get lifted up through the ceiling. It's about 10 feet up. So you can get about your head and your shoulder in there, unless you're also staffing Judith or some way to get higher than that.
I will try and hop in there from Judith's shoulders.
All right, you just kind of like hop inside there. You feel like your body's suspended between two realms.
Whoa, this is trippy, everyone. And she'll push her staff back down for someone to grab, and she'll try and hoist people up.
Just kind of shrug, and I will grab onto the staff.
They grab you and they pull you up. The two of you just kind of fall into this extra dimensional space, appearing on the other side of the door.
Oh.
Ooh.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck. I whisper underneath my breath.
All right, we need to quickly get more people.
So Aria, how long is the summon? Is it a minute or an hour?
Hour.
So that's good. Wasn't sure. It's definitely way more than a minute. So Lewis, are you jumping up? Or are you hosting people up first, throwing them over your head?
All right, ups to Daisy. As Louis just like gets his shield and goes down on his knees to help push people up.
Okay. Who you sending up first? I'll toss them on the other side when appropriate.
I'll parkour off the shield over there.
Young it is.
Double jump.
When you guys get in, you have this eerie feeling with this singular candle lit to the north. And a series of things hauntingly stretching out towards it. The room is, other than that, dark, relying on dark vision if you have any.
Emra! No, Emra!
And when you take a step right there, the next step you take is in front of the candle.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't see
Oh, no.
anybody. I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
Should I have been able to see you guys?
all right.
Oh wait, does Emma not have his dark vision right now?
Oh,
No, it was just like pitch black and then
What
like
in
that
the
space.
No.
Okay, let's backtrack that then if you couldn't see shit. Man, that kind of spoilery now. Huh.
that could have been real bad.
I'm sorry, guys.
Is that spoilery? I feel like maybe you should have said that before you got that far on the map. Alright, it is what it is. So, Lewis, you bring in the next person?
Adia like pauses for a moment, looks into your face as if she's going to say something, but then just says thank you, and will be hoisted up there. I'm not sure how we're gonna get you up here though, Lewis.
I'll manage.
He's got hops.
Yeah, I mean, your spirit could lift him up and then teleport.
That's a.
They gotta teleport to a place they can see, right?
You can teleport to the roof.
Yeah, teleport to the roof and then someone grab him. It's like in the air, boof, grab him.
We do that.
Alright, you do that, and to keep it simple, all three of you in this motion is very odd and familiar, and you're shunted and spit out at the same time.
This is a little disturbing.
Not much different than what we've been saying.
What the hell is?
And I kind of want to walk over there.
Is it canon now? Are we doing this in this canon now?
I like my team.
Kind of looking at whatever this is right in front of us.
So
I'm guessing
complicated.
it's like a casket.
Yeah.
Does it
it's-
have any writing?
No, it's pretty bland. The ones on the left and right do, but you'd have to be a lot closer to see small text in the dark.
Understandable.
I'll head over there. Just seeing Lewis look at it. I'll go check it out.
You could just see that there are numbers next to Sun Lords, representing the previous kings and queens of Sunsdale before Zergus. You're in a family tomb, I suppose. Noble place. Does not explain the northern sect, but it might have changed a lot over the 500 years.
Are there any like names written on or like inscribed on these tombs?
On the middle one, no. On the right one, they just say Sun Lords in the number. And then most of their names are just faded out.
I guess this is where every Sun Lord gets entombed.
Do you think they were just as bad as the last one?
I mean, hopefully they can't all be bad. It's a horrible way to rule. There has to be at least one good one in here. But maybe in death. It's different.
I mean, monarchies are kind of anyway. Like almost inherently, doesn't matter. Let's see.
Onward, where are you going?
Stairs.
Alright, just stay
Are these
close.
like tombs? Or tombstones?
Yes.
Can I see if they say anything?
Yeah, they have the names. They have names on each of them. When you start reading over this sector, you can just see that one of them says Judith Bloom,
Oh.
Ooh.
and you see that all your names are actually on these, except for the spirit. Apparently, they don't recognize that as a true individual.
Wow, how thoughtful. They already planned ahead.
Yeah.
Then there are some that are like mockery. Like there's one for Icarus, his wife. Some of the other warriors who took part in the previous battle. There's some names you don't recognize that aren't notable in any fashion. Probably previous people try to stop the Hollow King. They're all here, but right now, the newest ones, the most pristine ones, are the ones with all of your names on it. You're ashamed for that to go to waste.
Right, which one of us is approaching the ominous candle in the room first? Oh, Lewis?
Do we really want it to be this guy? First?
You know what? I don't have an ounce of noble blood in me. Maybe I should approach.
The issue is knowing when this thing is going to take me over. If anything, it might be better for me to keep my distance from you guys.
Maybe that's a trick, though, Lewis. Maybe everything is so confident that they will take control from you. But maybe you do have a choice in the matter. So don't go try and think your will is weaker than this one. I'll be with you every step of the way. You just may not like some of the words I'll say on our path.
Isn't that the truth?
Oh.
Oh god.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
What happened? What happened?
Lewis, your eye is looking mighty bloodshot all of a sudden.
Lewis starts to suddenly lose his balance, almost as if he's just wobbling side to side for a moment before he opens his eyes, and something seems different.
Ooh, Sora is going to take a tentative. Oh.
Immediately draws his blades.
All right, you two.
Lewis?
Aria?
Judith will hop down and kind of get close and get a better look. Hey, what's going on?
Do we have our own minds?
So when you hop down, and don't worry, I'm gonna cover all of it right now. When you hop down, if you had to remember earlier, even though it's non-canon but a bit spoilerino, when Rudd had taken this first step onto the not Florida staircase, he found himself in front of the candle. That is where you find yourself now, Judith. No memory of how you got here, or the rest whose minds are intact would see you walk over there. Except for two individuals, whose prime motivation right now is nothing more than the destruction of those they hold dear. But we'll cover more what happens on your turn when we get to it, Judith. We are an initiative.
Hey.
And we're here, and it's back to you, Judith, reporting live.
Okay. I'm going to.
Hold on. You looking deep into this strange candle when you wake up from whatever dream got you from the last place to here. You hear something in your mind. You're like in a hallway right now. The hallway is stretching further and further away from you. Darkness spooling into your heart. The Hollow King appears from behind this statue, which has just now reappeared in the hallway. He slowly saunters over to you and he drops his cloak, revealing a body similar to the creature to the left and right of you. He is, for the most part, bare for all to see, save for a crown, a thorned crown, digging into his head, blood running down his face. And he walks over to you, his lack of expression, his bloodshot, sliced and stitched eyes, a cruel smile beginning to form on his lips. Judith Bloom. And he just whispers in your ear, death. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Man, do I want to be cheesy? No. I'll just do it. Here we go. Come on, Judith.
Oh. You should have been cheesy.
Should have, could have, would have.
Wow.
Judith, you are immediately trapped in his memory. In his ability, the memory swarm. Actually, is it? an intelligence saving throw, but it's still that one. You might maybe if you had a modifier, it'd be 2 or 3. But you're
Yeah,
trapped in his memory model, and this is gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt anybody else. Just to be clear, let me do this real quick. Also, I don't know if I ever showed you guys the full artwork, but yeah, here's how he looks.
Oh my god, the wings.
You did not show that.
No, oh my
No,
god,
you
that's
didn't
so
show,
horrifying.
You didn't show the bottom half.
Yeah, he's a handsome fella. Even though right now you're picturing a more humanoid body. Okay, so he's hitting you with this memory thing. You're taking 22 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And until you break out, which you're entitled to at the end of each of your turns, you are trapped experiencing a memory from your past. Depending on your memory and how much you want to give away to the Hollow King who's prying, you have disadvantage, flat, or advantage on your roll. You understand that what you're feeding is being given to the Hollow King, and you have control over what memory or to remain in limbo and show nothing, i.e. disadvantage. To give him a little bit and make a flat roll. To give him something personal to you that he has no right knowing, advantage. But in any case, unfortunately for your first turn, you're both done and not. As you go to end your turn, what are we getting this turn? Limbo, a little something, or something deep for your saving throw you're about to make to break free?
I think at first Judith is going to fight him. And she's going to, if she understands what he's looking for, she is going to keep her mind closed and don't give this son of a bitch anything.
Excellent. Your first save at the end of each of your turns, which you're entitled to. Intelligence, disadvantage. And woof, you drop. You're back in that hallway. You haven't seen the Hollow King yet. You're walking down the hallway for the first time in your mind. You don't remember that you already did this. You see this individual, naked for all to see, grayed body, thorned head, walking towards you. Judith Bloom. Death. And that is where you pass your turn. We'll come back to you next turn. Now, it's the boss's turn. Boss music. Well, kill.
How much of Lewis's personality would remain from the possession?
All of your memories. They've been twisted. Sora's done you a great dishonor. She killed Icarus in the past. She was in league with the Sun Lord. So was that little bastard, young Rut. The worst of them all, Judith, who only provided misinformation to the press to further damage your filthy name.
As Lewis seemingly starts to regain his composure, his body having lost all of its color and sickly golden spikes piercing through his head, he opens his eye to reveal the red. You. And will quickly draw his blade and go for a backstab on Amrut, not even looking toward his direction.
That'll do.
Yep. As it slashes into the shoulder and rips itself out of young Rut's bicep. It's all because of you! And goes for a stab into the hip.
I'm down.
Oh god. And seeing Ambrut's down, his eyes are tracked onto Sora as he takes a low position and just closes the distance.
As you close the difference and you see the blood in your blade of this child, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Got it.
Do you want inspiration?
I'm popping my inspo for this.
Okay.
We need to try to break through. Up one more. Oh,
Oh.
God, 19.
You feel yourself returning to yourself as your blade is coming towards Sora. Sora, what words are you saying? Obviously, you had some part in him breaking free, if only temporarily.
As Sora watches Amrut swiftly go down, and Newell swiftly approach, she kind of stamps her foot down, yelling up at Lewis. You have been fighting your darkness for so long. You are better than this. You are Lewis Newell, the conqueror of Tyrandrum.
As the position starts to take hold, what Lewis himself sees isn't his surroundings. To Lewis, he seems to be sitting within a almost like fancy black and red room, sitting on a chair. And there's almost like a soft type of music playing in the background. For a moment, he's just confused, unsure of where he is. But as he starts to hear Sora's voice, it seems to be coming from some sort of device emitting music. And he looks at the device and at the small record playing on it. And he starts to see through the vision and what he's doing at the moment. And he just slams down on the record player, trying to gain back control.
And you shake off the darkness for a moment. Your skin is still faint without lacking color. Your eyes still red with stitches running through it. But the thorns on your head, your crown, the royalty, it retracts back into your brain, but you can still feel it pushing against your flesh, hoping to return. Your next turn, you'll be yourself. The turn after that, you may be the kings again.
Got it. As Lewis starts to take control again and slams down on the record, his surroundings start to shatter for a brief moment as there's patches of reality and patches of that black and red room. As Lewis's eye is half the red form and half of his regular form as he tries to gain back a little bit of control. Please, try to run. I'm not sure how long to hold it.
I must save Amrut. And seeing that there's no other way other than to try and knock sense into Aria, she circles around and does an open palm kind of slap at Aria. $14?
You little twit. You miss.
Okay, that's not going to work. Seeing as she can't get close, she's at least got your attention and says, you know what? I never liked your hair. I'm far blonder than you. You are but a poser. And then she'll run.
She sneers at you.
Okay, got his attention. Sora will expend a key point for... Actually, no, she'll use her movement as is. And then she will use her bonus action and expend a key point for patient defense. Trying to find an opening for right now. She doesn't have any more potions of healing for Amrut, sorry.
Young blood.
Alrighty. I have a saving throw to do. Here we go!
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
no! Hallelujah.
So am I similar in that my memories are just twisted?
Yeah. Luckily, Rut has been dealt with, but you can't believe it. You served your master for who knows how long. And among those years, there was one person who inflicted such great pain upon him, more than any creature that ever walked this world or flew it. Sora looks just like this creature. Spinning around, snake-like hair, the Evress you heard of from stories from your master. She was among you all along, spewing her filth, infecting your minds. And now she struck down young Rut. What are you gonna do about it?
Oh, you will pay. She's going to point her spirit to go after Sora. I'm so sorry, Cloudy.
We're in character. We can't do much.
Alright, attacks at disadvantage.
Okay.
That still hits.
And then right alongside the Icy Bay comes a Sacred Flame.
Okay, I have advantage on a save.
Yeah, dodging grants advantage.
Oh, I'm not blessed, but I still make it.
Nice.
But she will walk slowly with her hands pointed outwards, that she totally intends to quick fire her way to putting you into the ground.
Good to see you show your teeth for the wrong moments, Aria.
At least mine are clean.
Excuse me.
Do I get a wisdom save?
You do at the end of your turn, yes.
bonus action.
Yeah, they look so good, don't they?
I don't really have anything I could do for a bonus action, so that is.
Oh,
my
is it not a
reason.
bonus to control the spirit?
No,
Oh, it's
it actually acts on its own. Just it shares my initiative, but I was just saying flavor-wise, she was telling it to go.
Oh, I see.
Do you want to use inspo for your save?
I would love to.
Do it!
I'm using my one hit spell that Cloudy gave me because I have one wisdom. Or was it wisdom or intelligence?
Well, the
you-
illusion Judith is under, it's intelligence, but for you guys, it's regaining your mind is
Okay.
wisdom.
Hey.
Okay. Same. So, Aria, and I'm just gonna pop this artwork up because it's just amazing.
So epic.
Yeah. Your eyes remain red. Your skin without its beautiful lush it once had. Instead, it's just a sickly gray. Your lips and eyelashes blackened. But the thorns in your head retract. You are once again yourself for now, but you feel the Hollow King's hold will soon take you again. You have one free turn, and then you go straight back to being Halloween.
She looks down at her hands at the palm and then flips them over at the backside, and Sora probably sees just a look of shock come over her face and fear in her eyes as she takes a step back.
No. Center yourself. We will talk later. Save Amrut.
I will try.
You think you could destroy a king? Oh, this world is mine. All that you see of my creation, of my making, all of it. You are nothing. He looks down, focusing onto you, Sora. Your friends, their blood betrays them, destined to rule over peasants. Now peasants themselves to the true king.
You are no true king. You are nothing but a giant lipless mouther.
I will remember those insults. I'm afraid you will not. Dude, if you're stuck in that hallway for the first time again.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, knowing what he wants from me, he can suck a dick. No, sorry, but
He's not exactly in my mouth, but anyways.
Yeah, no words.
So, not playing his game exactly. If he wants a memory, I'm gonna start showing him some memories, and it's gonna be this memory I have of Sora, and it is one of the moments when I saw Sora for the kind of power that she holds, and I was impressed by her. It's a photo that we were in the. It's a memory of when we were in the caves at Lake Lamia, and she had went up to the wind portal thing or sigil thing, and like as she held on, she got close to it. The light got brighter. The wind started wrapping around her body and her hair, and it became this like. I remember like looking at that, seeing such a powerful woman who's so full of charisma, full of kindness, and full of heart. So I think that image, I'll send it in the stream, but I think of my friend to show him who he's dealing with. And now I do an intelligence save. Would this be normal or?
It'd be normal because he gave him something. It's not what he wanted. He wanted something that would make you feel weak and vulnerable. Of course, he's a cursed creature. But it's a flat roll, so at disadvantage.
This makes me feel strong.
No.
my god!
Hell yeah.
So the scare factor is that you make this save at the end of your turn, right? Fortunately, that's not true. The Hollow King. Like many things, he'll spew. Take your turn.
Okay, I come out of it and I see him in front of me. I'm going to look back, and I see my other friend on the ground. I'm like, Little Red, get up! Bonus action, healing word, first level. Then he's already right next to me anyways, so I will I'll pull around my gun that's on the strap, and I will shoot him point blank with my radiant gun. I'm gonna cheese on this one, Falcon.
There you are.
Can I use my birthday thing for a nat 20 for this?
You're entitled to your birthday thing. It's only once a year, right?
Oh my god!
Yep,
Oh,
this is it. I'm glad I did it.
oh.
You owe me 3d6. 3d6
Oh my
dice.
gosh, 3 more d6.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's a crit, so you
Yeah.
get double the dice. Not the modifier, double the dice. Okay, now one of those gets to be, one of those 2s become a 6. That's 4 more.
So,
13 plus 19.
13 plus 19.
32.
32.
Blast him, and you see his shoulder collapse, almost vanishing into smoke. But for the first time, you can hear his real voice. By the way, he's been talking to you guys in your minds. You see his boned mass break apart, and he doesn't sound nearly as cool or as mighty as he mentions seems in your memory.
You hear Judith. She has more of a strong, commanding tone in her voice, and she just yells back while looking at the Hollow One and say together, fight together, and we are the one, not this hollowed piece of shit. It sounded cooler in my head. This is me, the player. But that would be my.
Noel, this is your one turn to act on your own accord. Next turn, you're his again.
Yep. Lewis, having just like gained a slight amount of control, his surroundings almost like fragmented glass where he's partially able to see into this decrepit room, others that look like a fancy ballroom of some sort. He peers through the little pieces that he can and tries to grab hold of his body, almost like his spirit is being forced out, and he's trying to force himself back into it. Raya, you still in control?
Not for long.
Got it. Try to stay in control the best you can and close to me. I'll do whatever I can to keep us both in check. And he will run to here. That's 50. Oh god, that was not the bad thing I was thinking. Okay, so that's 10, 20, 25.
Plot twist, he's still evil.
30. Yep. Okay, so that is 30 feet of movement. That's all the movement I have. And Lewis, realizing that he doesn't have enough actual distance to actually deal any damage to the Hollowed, instead grabs his sword and attempts to fling it toward the left side of the Hollowed King, trying to keep his weapon away from him the best that he can.
Excellent.
I'm gonna have disadvantage on this because this is just a regular weapon that he's improvising. I'm going to use him first. 15.
I believe that misses by 1.
Okay, good to know. Since I know that information, I'm guessing I can't use masters.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have said it out loud.
Yeah, it's on me. It's fine. Well, we know now, so I'll keep that information in mind as he pulls out a hand axe and tosses it that same direction. And that will be able to slice into him as his sword just like slashes outwards and lands somewhere within the pile of corpses, and the hand axe slashes into the creature's bicep and clatters around that same general area. Come on, keep it together.
Right, you hit him. You can do 11 damage. Sorry.
Alright. I have to now protect Judith when Noel and Maria get down. I have an idea. It's crazy. And it may get me on someone's bad side, but she'll move up. Since Lewis is starting to look hostile and Judith is in no shape to be taking that attention, bonus action, Sora will spend her last key point on patient defense as she's just trying to hold down Aria and Lewis when they lose it. And with her action, she is going to speak Draconic to Lewis. Really, Tyrandra? You're going to show a young, impressionable girl that the greatest dragon of all time is nothing compared to some nameless mouther. What is all that spirit when you're trying to kill me? Maybe you are just a simple, undead lizard.
I'll leave the response to Falcon.
Throw me a persuasion.
I will expend a point of inspiration on this.
Good luck.
You don't get any immediate reaction. That doesn't mean you didn't reach out to him.
And assumes a defensive posture. Egging him on is a bad idea, but also could be the best shot I got.
Young Rudd, By the way, did you have one exhaustion already? Should you have two now, or did you already put on one?
I should have two now. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you did. I didn't want to put more than you had. All right, you're up, ready.
Alrighty. I'll run ahead.
Well, don't forget you're prone, so.
Oh, I probably won't be able to move as far. Hold on.
Half movement,
back
stand
one
up. Yeah.
Was I here?
Then the news just gets worse, man, because you're at half speed too, so you only can move one space. With 2 exhaustion.
God, so I can see how far is anything here. Then the rhyme sphere is 30. Okay, I'm throwing daggers at disadvantage.
Hold on before you do that.
Yeah.
Remember I told you in the previous room your arm was beginning to swell up?
Yes.
It's because sometimes, of course, mechanically it's level gated, but your basic runes, some of them have advanced rune versions. It's exactly true here for your rune.
Oh shit.
Are you advanced rhyme spear? Here we go. May notice it's got a little bit more reach, a little bit more oomph, and removes a little bit more armor.
Oh.
So you realize, and you'll have this when you become adult Amrit. It just took longer for child Amrit to master it, to be able to use it. Your rhyme sphere is no longer the basic one Sanguine taught you. It has evolved into its advanced form.
Okay. Let me see. And 45, that's close enough, right? Let me see. What's my whole thing? Yeah. We'll give it a whirl.
You want to point him in spell?
Sure.
Take mine.
And that makes it just a normal flat roll, right?
I mean, you didn't have disadvantage at that range, I think.
You have advantage, yeah. It's not until you have
Okay,
3 exhaustion that you have disadvantage on attacks.
Gotcha. Here we go.
Is that correct damage? 68? Yes, it is. Okay. So, you see that the Hollow One is beginning to get concerned. And he tries to speak to you, but before he can say anything, you want to describe your new and improved, and whether, I don't know how big the spear was before, or whatever indicates that it's far more powerful. Walk me through that. You certainly strike the shit out of him.
Sure. So I think since the arm like bulges out, he like reaches up, and the rhyme spear is so large now it's like almost like a miniature like spirit bomb, like floating like above his hand. He'll just slowly like throw it almost with like the bulged out arm, and it slowly like careens into the Hollow One.
The attack is super powerful, but you see him burrow up in his body more defensively, and he's able to reduce it, similar to you see how a rogue would. But you still hurt him really bad.
Alrighty. I'm dying now. Thank you forever.
Aria, try and make yourself less dangerous.
Yeah, question, DM. My light rune, do I think I could target the Hollow One within Nuel, within Lewis?
Quite possibly. It's purified. Maybe you'll live up to its namesake. But it's a gamble. There's no guarantee.
Yeah. Alright, first thing, she looks to her spirit. I am not in my right mind. No matter what I say after this, you protect these people. So hopefully it will not attack them anymore. And she was going to try to bring Amrit back up, but he's already back up. I don't know if this is gonna work because I know Zara's trying to get the dragon up out of Lewis, but she is going to try to harm the hollow one within Lewis.
You do know that it does suppress Tyrandrum, so it may make it less likely for Tyrandrum to submerge. But and I want to point out that Tyrandrum submerging might not be such a good idea anyways.
Just want to make sure you mean him coming out
Yeah,
or him being suppressed.
Thoros reach out and it's possible that he could take over New Well. That may not be entirely beneficial to you guys. So it's just like you may take it off the table, but maybe that's a good thing. Just things to consider. And so far, your purifier has shown it can suppress Tyrant.
Yeah, but I'm concerned about the hollow one is playing. You know what? I don't have a dragon within me. This is not like her. She usually isn't focused on herself, but she is going to reach up to her temples and she'll cast Purify on herself.
Excellent. In action, okay. That is very bad. All right, so the hollow one is going to make a con save for that. Go ahead and roll your radiant damage.
Oh, yeah,
8d8.
Furthermore, he failed. That hurts. Sheesh. What is your radiant damage? And half that, like it did. Oh, nope. All right, so yeah, you blast him. And you see him screech in pain. Your memories will be mine.
Her fingers on her temple. There is only one prince that I serve. And the spirit can get up to, you know what? Nope, I take that back. He's not getting up there. He is misty stepping up there, teleporting up there so that he has advantage on the attack. Because I know how to do this.
He deflects it. 16 is the special number.
She will take a couple steps back. Not sure if she's going to lose her mind again. UT.
You feel the spikes begin to jut out of your head, Aloria, but normally he's just guaranteed to take you over. What your Purify did is going to entitle you to an important saving throw, which will determine whether next turn you work for him or you work for yourself. So Purify did work, just didn't guarantee your success. So Wisdom saving throw to maintain your mind.
Want one more?
If you're willing.
Go for it, friend.
The thorns spew out of your head, the crown larger than ever, about the size of the hollow ones. He tries to weigh his trump card against you, but just as the crown fully forms, it shatters, and you feel like yourself again. This time, though, especially due to the harm, you don't think he's coming back for you. You are free.
She smiles.
Are you initiative 7? Okay, I will add you back in.
Oh.
The Hollow King now has to focus all of his attention on the only one person he can still mentally ensnare. And since he's injured, he's going to give an opportunity attack to the spirit and to Judith, as he is going to use his wings and fly to the ceiling of the room.
You can't take an opportunity attack with a gun, right?
No. Oh, yeah. If you have a gun, you can't take an opportunity. But the spirit can take an opportunity. Oh, did he take it? No, he didn't. So I saw Aria, but it was a wisdom save.
Just throw hands.
You can do it, Spirit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was over here just happy to not be attacking people.
No.
That's fine.
Yeah. He flew up, so your spirits get opportunity attack. So he flies to the ceiling and he lays on it like a crocodile is flat. His body's mostly flat, and he zones into the middle and towards the door, staying on the ceiling as he flies off. And then he screeches, and his claws get really large. And as he's flying over, he rakes his claws into both Sora and Judith,
Oh no.
critically hitting Judith.
Oh no!
Disadvantage against me.
What's the damage?
A 14 against you, Sora. Which
That misses.
The damage against you is a lot. Let's see here. You gotta make one of these Maximante. 2 more. So 16, 31 slashing from his claws. He just slices right through you. I'd imagine cutting the belt on your loot that's across your chest, clattering it to the ground.
I say with that hit, it cuts like a chunk of of my jacket, of my straps holding my gun, and Judith, who was at 1 hit point after taking all that damage, falls to the ground.
I just looked at your hit points. You had 1 hit point and a maximum hit point of 33, which means if I did 34 damage, you would die outright according to 5th edition rules, no saving throws. You almost lost your character if I did 3 more damage to you.
Yep.
Gosh.
Wow. So you fall down, dramatic slow motion, into other type of stuff, and then the Hollow King plants himself in the ceiling and he screams, "You all are mine." That's saving throw, Judith.
Okay. Here we go. Judith, you see Judith like just on the ground, and you see like her body start like move a little bit, like a little convulse, and she continues to lie down.
Hollow Newell. You feel yourself prepping back in. You're his again.
As
Bring it.
Lewis stands within the room, just trying to smack this record player, trying to gain whatever control he can, the cracks in the room start to fill back up with this almost like fancy regal room once more, unable to properly see back into reality. And he just hears laughter in the back of the room.
Oh, you poor soul. All those memories of yours. Now they belong to me.
As a curtain on the side seems to draw, and a black and white projector projects an image of them at that table back when they were at Mother, happily eating away, but it slowly starts to shift, all of the faces turning from happy laughter to malicious jeers and laughter at Lewis. Every bit of the voices, all meant to try to hurt him.
Damn it! Damn it! That isn't right!
And his body instead reacts to it.
I will not be made a fool!
And takes his shield and tries to just punch out Sora, since he doesn't have a sword on him.
All right, before you use your shield, the thorns, you realize, fashioned a proper weapon in your hands, akin to a longsword.
Oh, fuck. Well, I tried.
It's all good.
Using
have
the momentum of the
disadvantage.
shield, switches it to a feint and slashes with the thorn sword.
That
Oh wait, it's
misses.
disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. One more. Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
That misses.
Thank the gods. And with that EOT, as Lewis tries to just like pull out his sword within this regal room and tries to slash at the image to try to just like tear down this false memory. Yeah, not good.
Unfortunately, it still his, and your crown fully forms, and your shield begins to grow spikes as well. And your blade in your offhand that acts like a long sword now deals the damage of a great sword, but it's still a long sword.
Oh shit!
And you can just feel your whole body is starting to protrude these thorns everywhere, to the point where, Sora, you think if you hit Lewis, you'll just take residual damage from the spikes on his body.
Oh, that's not good. As Lewis slashes at the projected image, trying to destroy it and bring it back together, it almost seems like the cloth that it's being projected on is like rapidly healing, like flesh that's pulling itself back together again.
Damn it!
You're not making this any easier, old man. Sora's gonna look over her shoulder at Judith. Does she have any potions that look like healing on her?
No.
Okay. I'm kind of nailed down here. It's all up to Rhea and Elmroot. Zora is forced to hold her ground, so she will use her. She'll use her action to dodge, as she continuously shouts out, "Looks like all along, dragons of old are no match for Malthus."
Okay. It's time to save the day.
Before you go, give me another persuasion also.
Okay, here we go. I'll just do this flat this time. Yeah.
Oof. Young Rut.
As this is likely my last turn of the evening. I took a look. I'm pretty sure I haven't casted a spell, so I'm gonna cast a spell.
Can you do
Yes,
that?
which- Barely. Let me see. I controlled F for Hex and Witch Bolt for like 10 pages. I think I'm good. So, Witch Bolt, here we go.
Need a 16 or above. That's definitely that.
Well, obviously it wasn't advantage, but
Lightning spews onto his body, locking in. You'll be able to just auto up Witch Bolt as the spell is intended to do. As long as he's within 60 feet of you. 30 feet, I think it's 60 feet.
should I make distance? I'm gonna move.
I have Lewis, under care at the moment. So I don't think he's coming for you.
That way, there we go. Move 15 back.
What do you?
While Sora has Lewis's attention, Rhea is going to come up behind him, carefully reach past the spikes that are coming out to put her hands on his temples and try to purify him with her last purify that she has.
I'll make you a con save. I failed.
There's another meaty 88. Oh my god!
And
Go ahead.
You touch Lewis, and you can feel his skin is like scaly, trying to break out, but suppressed by both the Hollow King and Lewis's natural desire not to let the dragon run wild. The dragon Tyrandrum was really close to getting out. When you push the dragon down, underneath that, eventually you see the Hollow King's soul. And when you begin burning it away, the Hollow King screams. As you're not able to finish him off with this, but you're able to bring him down to an extremely vulnerable state.
All of her arms are just lit up with the filigree, and the light is like filling into Lewis's mind, but there are like sparks of it kind of falling down, and a small trail, almost as if it was caught in the wind, is gonna go over to Judith. I only got one healing die for you, but that's better than nothing. Oh God, it's a what? What?
Love it.
Be the one-hit wonder cake.
That's a bad thing. You don't want to be a one.
Her bonus action, so the spirit on its turn, I know the Hollow King's up high, right? The spirit can't reach him.
But he swoops down, so does he have the ability to hold his action?
Yeah, I was thinking he's gonna stand and guard Adia's back while she's trying to help Lewis here. So he has got his eyes on the Hollow One and ready to slice him if he comes towards them.
He does swing by with his claws occasionally.
EOD.
You see him screech. "Ah! That is royal blood. It's supposed to be mine." And he's gonna try to inscript Newell and under his command again for one final assault. Similar to Aria, you have to make a save here, Newell. This will permanently break you from his control or place you immediately back under his control. What are you going to do about that? Make a wisdom save, that's right.
I'm pretty sure I failed the prior one, so I'm already under his control.
Well, no, Aria gave you access to it when she purified.
Got it.
You want
So-
inspo?
Oh yeah. Actually, I still have one more, so I'm gonna pop mine.
I wasn't kidding. He's coming for our wallets.
That's 20, baby.
Oh, yes.
This is how it's coming for your wallets. Okay, so unfortunately, I won't be able to do what I had intended to do. Walk me through how you return to your friends, your mind peaceful thanks to the purification process by Aria Roya.
Alright. As Lewis continues slashing away at this projection, trying to regain what semblance of his real self that he has, he starts to hear everybody's voices around him playing through that jukebox once more. And as the fight goes on and the purification takes hold, golden light seems to just pour out of this jukebox in sound waves as Lewis turns around and he sees the form of the Hollowed King getting just belted with these golden rays that are pushing it back further and further as the surrounding noble room starts to like drip off of the walls, and the ruined walls around it start to peer through more. The only one who can control my mind is me! As flames just shoot off of Lewis, and the noble room just shatters, and he's brought back to reality once more, and he's just exhausted. Damn it. Thanks.
Pleasure.
And I'm guessing that the thorned arms have started to just melt in his arms.
Yeah, when they're falling off and then eroding, dying.
God, I didn't even want to get my sword later.
You see that the Hollow King gets really thin and immediately slinks his body through all of you for a dexterity saving throw.
They have advantage.
You said all of us?
Well, all the people in that particular line that he's in. So 4 people. You and Amber, the exception.
DC.
Same as the storm, which is 16.
Okay. Lewis, kind of seeing that Aria is still somewhat focused on him after that purification, just sees the Hollow King behind her start to make its assault and tries to push her out of the way. Aaron's excellence.
Thank you. Is that a reroll?
Yep, that's my reaction. Oh, just barely.
Wow.
When he does this slinking motion, you all get slashed up for 13 slashing or 0. You made the save.
All right.
Oh,
If he forms on the other side, your spirit is still given the opportunity to attack.
Oh, yay.
Come on, boy. Come on. Yes!
He stabs him overhead as he shoots past him, cutting into the Hollow One, who immediately drops down into a small form. He is that same humanoid form that Judith saw in the hallway, except he's wearing this black cloak that previously looked like his skin, but now looks more like what you'd expect from, I don't know, like a poncho or something. And he's laying on the floor, extraordinarily vulnerable, signifying that he's guaranteed at least 1 hit point. Spirit is unable to secure a kill against a Malthael, but he does still expend what was remaining of his essence. Or perhaps another will finish him.
Okay. Judith is on the ground, but she is going to. Oh, Jesus. Left roll 20. You guys can still hear me though, right?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah, we hear you talk.
So Judith is on the ground, and she slowly kind of fights her way to stand back up, seeing him on the ground next to her. She'll just say, "Hollow King, I just want you to know you will be remembered. But from today on, you will be mocked in all stories. You will be known as the feeble villain who was always a step behind. That is your eternity." And I am going to bonus action and take a photo of him in this state. And as my action, I'm going to pull out the last dwarven sigil,
Oh, you still have one?
Oh my god.
and I'm going to place it right next to the candle. So it would hit him in the candle. And I know if I move away, he might hit me. So I just stand there and blow it up.
All 3 of you get taken out. You see him lift up his hands, his arms fairly weakly. No. The explosion destroys the candle, drops you back down to 0. The Hollow King, one final flash, as he fades away. Dying. Such a simple fact. You guys have defeated the Hollow King.
Eddie is gonna run over to Judith. She doesn't have any more healing energy within her, but she does have Spare the Dying. So she will do that to at least stabilize our hero. While she's down there and Sora being nearby, Adia will look at her. I am sorry, my dear. I did not mean anything I said while that guy was in me. In my head.
No, it's all under water under the bridge. It's a mouther, even though it's oddly specific. You said my mouth was dirty.
It's because you compliment. Never mind.
Uh-huh. But she does hug you. It is okay.
She hugs you back.
And no hard feelings, Lewis. I was trying to create a power struggle.
Taken. I'm just happy to have that thing out of me.
Me too. Black is not your color.
Does anybody have anything to get our Judith back up onto her feet?
I am all out of all of my things. But my pockets have never run so empty.
Anyone
Should I
know
pull-
basic first aid?
Don't bother. You see Judith, eyes slowly waking up, slowly open. This ordeal has changed you all, made you better part, greater, stronger than ever before. And as Judith's eyes opened, the last thing she saw was that dwarven explosion. He could feel it too. She's not who she was before she challenged the Hollow King. She's different. Even if only a little bit from the experience. Maybe a lot. How does that change reflect in the rest of you? Well, friends, that's level 6.
Yes!
Congratulations, you all earned your level up. Let's take a 10-minute to make that adjustment. Please note your hit points before you level up, because you will go back to max. You will only be immediately gaining the hit points you gain on your level up, and that is how Judith wakes up. Whatever she gets, whether it's 5 hit points or 6, is what she's currently at. See you all in 10 minutes. Actually, let's take a 15-minute break, give you guys time to level up.
Real
yeah.
quick question, just because we were playing with Purify. Part of my purifying a person is they get hit points equal to my level. So would Lewis had gotten those 5 hit points, or is it diverted because it was hurting the Hollow King?
Well, when he was taken over, he was the Hollow King, essentially. But you were only doing the damaging portion.
Okay, I gotta take 5 away from me, or 4. Yeah, gotcha. Thank you.
Okay. All right, I see you guys. I'll give you 15 minutes, and yeah, see you soon. If everyone just happens to come back sooner, we'll come back sooner. But if someone drop a timestamp, I'm gonna go grab me a snap. Snack, not a snap. What the hell?
It was all pretty good.
I
right?
can do what my brother did and make duplicates of myself. It is
Oh,
going to be
yes,
so much harder to hit me.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Okay. I now have the ability to speak to any creature,
Oh, hell yeah.
That's pretty good.
and when I give you guys my inspiration, and you use it, but you fail, you keep the inspiration.
Oh, hell yeah.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Okay, so I need to decide here. Either more HP or more wisdom for an extra errands excellence. I already have like 5 of them, so...
Mm.
I guess being able to use it a little bit more often for more security would be nice. Because the difference is either an extra air, which could save us a lot of HP, or a potential 16 con for an additional 6 max on my part. Honestly, I think wisdom fits better. I'm just gonna put it into wisdom.
I had no input, but I'm glad you came to a agreement with yourself.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. And my Master's Guidance is also at 6 charges now. Wow.
BRB.
Yep. That's my con, so that's plus 8. I check everything that's level dependent now. I find it funny how I was scrambling for like gifts for the thorned form, like the thorned weaponry and such, and then I immediately get taken out of it. So I'm just like, oh, okay. I'll save those gifts for later then.
I'm really happy that I didn't use the birthday crit on the initial wisdom save.
Oh yeah.
This was way cooler.
Mm-hmm.
And Sora, thanks for the memory. Really helpful.
That was very clever of you, Cake. I liked that.
Hell yeah.
Fuck this guy. I'm not trying to. I don't want to give him. I was thinking. I was like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. So, like, I was like, I'm just gonna go through my memories and go to have like cool moments from all of them, from all of my friends.
No.
I was sitting there like, okay, I did not come up with that detailed of a backstory. I know nothing of Aria's childhood. Like, what the hell am I gonna come up with? So I'm glad I didn't have to.
Yeah. Freezing in this house. Better.
I've got to pick a spell.
Times I'm happy to be a fighter.
I've been dreaming of this spell for months, so it's super easy.
Heck yeah.
Guess who can cast Sending?
Oh, hell yeah.
I love that spell on my other character. I use it all the freaking time. Who knew how nice cell phones were in D&D?
I did change out one of my first level spells, though. So, 6th level Judith is going to have a little more punch to her.
Okay, so I gotta adjust my limit on Shadow Friend. That can now go up to 30. You know, I'm somewhat happy that Tyrandrum didn't come out, because if he did, I get the feeling the curse would have progressed like crazy.
I was really torn on that. It's like, I don't know what to do.
It would have helped out, to be fair. We switched the boss fight around is all.
Well, sorry,
I needed another one.
I knew that was going to be a gamble, but I figured having you at least distracted with like a tug of war would have meant less attacks at me.
I thought it was a really, really clever, really cool idea.
Oh yeah, was definitely worth the shot.
Honestly, when I saw that purifying myself damaged the Hollow King, I was like, okay, we're doing this again.
Oh, also, I no longer need my training wheels, my centipetas. My fists are now magical.
Hey, nice.
These slaps are now carrying magic behind them.
Yeah. Full concentration, just like empowering it with wind.
Punching ghosts.
Yes, I can punch ghosts.
Hell yeah. God, I love that image.
Hey, I remember that.
Ondo's gonna be so surprised.
Alrighty, I'm back.
What'd you get, Amrut?
Well,
Oh. I'm getting the anime guy scoff. Got it.
I don't mean to brag, but nothing too crazy.
Random casting. I mean, that's pretty cool too.
It is. The rhyme spears, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That
yeah,
rhymes your boost.
that was a pretty cool boost to that ability.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll try not to hit you with that one.
Mm.
Fucking 68.
Hefty.
Just blows everything up.
I'm gonna have to be real careful with that.
I am slightly concerned though, because the sheet says Hollow 1. I don't know if he means there's a number 1 or if it's just like shorthand for the word 1.
You know, he's like the. You know, he's the one.
I hope there's only one.
Yes, real question is, where's your soul stone? You beat him.
Oh fuck.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's see if that even drops.
Yeah, that's a concern. Because I think that might be our biggest indicator of whether or not we've actually beat him. Do we have more soul stones?
Well, when we get back from break, we'll figure that out.
Yes.
Yep.
How much? What do we got? 5 minutes? Cool. Because I am still actually need that 5 minutes. My wife went out to a Super Bowl party. Told me she's gonna bring dinner, but now she told me that they demolished all the food. So I'm like, great, I'm freaking starving. So I'm gonna do a quick Uber Eats and then we'll resume. Sounds like everyone's back a little ahead of schedule, but we got till 22 at least.
I'm still trying to figure out my new spell.
Okay, great. So you guys aren't all just waiting on me. Nice.
Nope, not at all.
All right, so I'm
good.
gonna quickly do an Uber Eats. It's late, so fortunately probably me shitty McDonald's, but I will be ready really soon.
Oh yeah. I had fun with the Fugi text-to-speech thing though. I set up the cursed version of Lewis and switched it for the stream. Oh, it's gonna be so nice.
My sound cut out. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Second.
Oh, actually, this is actually cool. I have 2 spell slots now.
Hey.
Thank God. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Hell
so you
yeah.
only have like. So you
You
only
think the
have
warlock's bad?
that. I have to admit, the Blood Hunter does seem a little bit all over the place.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But you make it look pretty cool, I will admit.
That's just me, you know.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
But now I can do 2 spells.
You're on Barbie
Finally.
now.
Well. Actually, do I get spells back on a short rest? I don't think I do. Maybe that's the difference between you and I, unfortunately. Let me see. Now, if I do, hey, that's a big jump for me, because I have not been playing it like that. Let me see, spell slots.
And order is placed. Sweet.
Oh, it is a short rest.
I'll be eating later than I like. But I'm happy that I'll be eating.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, I should have known they were gonna smash that food at the Super Bowl party.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do we
Wow.
have any idea who's winning?
Oh, I mean, it should be over by now. I'm not
let's
sure.
The Kansas City Chiefs won.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. My wife, she's
38-35.
she's-
That was a good game.
my wife's Mexican, so when she goes out with her cousins and stuff, the Super Bowl events, they usually make too much food, but apparently tonight must have been hype.
Yeah.
Oh man. In any case, that is averted, and we avert our gaze to the game. Is everybody comfortably leveled up? Well, I guess I'll ask you that on a roll call. Rhea, are you here? Are you leveled up?
I'm here. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Emra, are you here? You leveled up?
Yes, sir.
Lewis, here, leveled up?
Hi. Yep. all good.
Judith?
Yep.
Sora?
Resources say yes.
Excellent, excellent. Everybody's here. Everybody is leveled up. We've got primal armies. We've got advanced spears. We've got level 6. We don't got a stone. Let's get back to the session.
Oh god, we don't.
Oh,
Well, as of yet, we're getting back to the session. Hang on, we're pressing the pause button. Make it go again.
There we go. There we go. So you all find yourself. Oh, let me get off this. Breakdown thing. It's really good break. Serpent's tongue. Yeah, that's the thing. So you all are here, and Lewis, you have a stone. Let's see.
Oh thank god.
Let's go to relevant handouts real quick. Magic items handout. Get this cool shadow stone. Please don't add an extra one to your inventory. So you're just floating, you're just showing one that your party has always had, but you are under the impression it's new. So, Lewis, as you pick up this Shadow Soul Stone, or whoever had it, honestly, I'm not sure who had it, but that person would actually be the one showing it right now. Raising your achievement, your victory over the Hollow King.
I still got it. Glad we can finally take that thing down.
Have we taken it down, or is this another trick of its?
I mean, we
This
didn't have a stone before, right?
Yes, but it could be just a pretty rock.
Kind of examining it, does it look like a shadow stone?
Yeah, it's the Shadow Stone. The only problem is you've heard that on the previous date, not today, but you believe it's the Hollow King.
Yep. He kind of just like flicks it a little bit, and like small pulses of shadow energy come off it. Seems real enough.
Because the question is, how do we get out of here?
Yeah, that's definitely a concern.
Looking around, does it look like the memory is starting to fall apart?
It is. The crown on this thing in front of you is starting to break, and the room is starting to melt.
Usually there's a next part of the door. I would not want to find out about staying in here when the memory fades without him.
Yeah,
Let's-
we're gonna have to make work.
Eddie is gonna be looking at the walls, seeing if we can find a secret passage or something.
Just make investigation checks as the room begins to sear under your feet, as it begins to boil.
All of us, or just
Well, whoever's looking around can make a check. Of course, you're only searching your immediate area, so you might get a good check but not find anything.
Sora will attempt to push the top of this casket off the coffin.
And when you do, you see that the room you previously came through, the previous memory that faded, is there. It's been reforged.
Oh, everyone, the entrance is still here.
Oh, interesting. Well, we're not exactly sure if there's anything else.
Let's go, people. Let's go. Let's go.
Each of you take 1 fire damage
Oh,
Oh shit.
as the sizzling of the melted room, whether it hits your shoulder or your boots, kind of thing. I mean, does this show my age? Page Master style. The room is filling up with paint, but in your case, it's just filling up with smoldering, hot, oily like paint.
Yeah.
Judith takes a photo of the statue melting and runs to join the others.
And while you're looking at your photo, while you're running to join the others, you could see that the Hollow King is crying in the photo where the statue used to be. The Hollow King is melting.
I just smiled to myself and took in my jacket and keep running.
Where did you get good photos this adventure?
that paper's gonna sell like hotcakes.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get into here. The hallway is beginning to melt as well.
Oh,
Damn it! Come on, we gotta run.
you don't have to tell me twice. It's me. Like, oh, he's alive.
You see in the room to the right, the king, the Sun King Zergus, sitting on his throne. So you beat the Hollow King, have you?
I don't know, have we?
That's the question everyone wants to know. Did you win or did you lose? You were me, then you lost. He shrugs forward, getting up from his seat, his head not cut off.
Which king were you in that tomb in there?
The one that has yet to be marked. Center of the room, it hasn't been slotted. The Hollow King has kept my spirit and body alive. You saw where he wanted you to see. When the soldier went for my head, the soldier missed, but he had believed he succeeded. What you all didn't see is on stream I made an attack but actually missed the Hollow King, or in this case Zergus, but had still described his head being cut off because the Hollow King had put that memory into all of your heads.
Oh.
Zergus stands above you all, and he looks kind of like the Hollow King. That gray man that you saw in that hallway, the thorned head and only a cloak covering and otherwise bare body. He struts in front of you and he just says to all of you, true manifestation of the king's memories are absolute. That is why for 500 years he's failed to be vanquished. He steps down towards Aria. We cannot allow him to go unvanquished for 500 more, now can we?
Her eyebrow goes up. She doesn't really trust this guy.
Can I have stealthily record a video of him saying that?
Sure. I don't know if you'll be able to stealth record. Photography has a vocal component. You can't whisper vocal components. But-
I mean, I just say it as low as I could. Or maybe he doesn't care. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it would be a not carry because subtle is a sorcerer feature that removes vocal. You can't whisper vocal. So he would certainly hear you. He just doesn't seem to care. But he looks around. He says, It seems the Hollow King's hold over me is weakened. I'm sure you all have it made up that I'm the villain.
How long were your actions not your own?
Well, if only any of us knew the right answer. But I'm sure you saw your friends who love you dearly turn their own blade against you. So you could judge me for how I've ran my kingdom. But in all the years I remember running it, I looked like this. And before then, my city had no reason to revolt. Am I a bad guy or am I a victim? And he points to Lewis. Are you a bad guy or are you a victim?
Hard to say.
My question is, do you have any regrets?
Do you have any regrets from what you just did?
Of course I do, because I'm not a bad guy.
Well, you'd be a bad girl, but I get you.
Do you have any proof that you weren't a tyrant king before?
No.
Then how do you know? This might be something that you just thought.
All we have
Still rule
now,
over others.
we don't even have control of our memory. How can I tell you what there is to absolve me of my sin? I could, however, take you somewhere only a king can go. If you wish to see the truth, follow me. If you don't trust me, strike me down.
Sora will turn to the others. I mean, I saw it in both your faces, Lewis and Ria. Same look he has. Is it that
Yeah.
far-fetched that for a long time he could not control what he was doing?
Yeah, let's see what he has to show us.
I'll move forward
Ladder.
with trust. Let's go.
Yeah, he turns around and he's just smiling at you. I am Lord Tyrion, Sun King, rightful ruler of Sunsdale before the usurpers overthrew a victim. Beyond this gate will show you where it all began. Where the Hollow King first found me. Look with your own eye. See what you want to see, then be told what you will see. Gate that links to the mouth that feeds. It's carried many names for centuries. Of course, there's one name above all that is true. It's Guido's Gate, one of many.
This guy now.
To close one of these would take the strength of character and someone attached to the situation. Someone affected most by the fallout and pain and suffering the Hollow King instilled. Every fiber of your being will be used to shut it down, or you will shut your own soul down. Only then, once this gate is closed, the only avenue to the banished Hollow King, will you have achieved your goal. You did defeat him, you see. He's gone. The gate is a doorway to the mouth that feeds. His aura still closed through this avenue. Shut the door. And his imprisonment will be proper, and your reward made true. And finally, for all the hatred I spewed, find the family name will never be restored. I will be hated for generations once the world remembers of the King of Sunsdale. But there is a truth, whether you believe it or not. I wasn't born evil. And I didn't rule evil up until the memories were changed. And I didn't have the advantage of being a rune warrior. Never had a chance to regain control.
I hope you're right.
Who will close this gate? Who can do it? Who has the strength?
Sora will turn and look up to Lewis. This whole place has been trying to take hold of you. I think it's time you take control.
As you say that, Lewis's eyes are just locked on Zervis's and trying to read anything that seems like deception.
Sure.
A slight curl of the lip, or maybe a slight twitch of the eye. Anything that might be a giveaway.
Are you proficient in insight?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me a roll.
Ugh.
I mean, it's a hell of a believable story. We saw you betray your own friends in less than a second. This man was deduced his form, also the major, most prevalent information of the Hollow King's own features. This hollowed body with stitched red eyes. It's quite clear he was under his control. That you've no doubt. Whether he was good before, whether he's not still under his control, hard to say.
Not to mention this is still a vision. We have no idea if our memories are being manipulated. Damn. Lewis steps forward.
But how do we not know this guy like was the Hollow One? Like turned into the Hollow One?
As you start to walk up, you just hear Judith in your head. Remember, we're here for you. I will, just for kicks. Who knows? Give you a little inspiration.
Oh, he'll need it. Every step you take from the moment you got to here, you lose 1 hit point. You don't think you'll be able to form a connection to your aid in front of that gate. 1 hit point, 1 step, 1 destiny.
With every step forward, this dark energy just tearing through Lewis. Various images flash through his mind. First of Judith, giving words of encouragement along the way. Of Phoenix and that look of having made a mistake and regret. Of Amrit, simply trying to find himself. Of Sora every time believing in him, even when he never did. And finally, of Lewis facing himself during that sparring session against himself. Seeing who he used to be and facing the morals that he used to believe in. And only thinking back to who he is now. The person in which those morals have long disappeared. And he stands before the gate.
You hear the words, Lewis. Remember who you are. Remember. And you could see in the illusion so many victims of the Hollow King forming on the gate. His memory fluxed with the magic of Gedo begins to meld. You could see your great-great-grandfather. Icarus. Remember who you are. Looking at you as though you're looking in a mirror, but you don't see yourself. Instead, you see him. It's me. What's left of me. My soul you released from that golem. I'm with you now. You are a Newell. King. My grandson. You feel his power infuse into you. Strike down the portal.
Lewis staring into this reflection and feeling this energy start to build up within him, just closes his eyes for a brief moment. I'm no king. And I don't intend to be. And I'm not a hero. All I am is someone trying to do a little bit of good. And if this will do it, then so be it. As he draws his blade.
Your blade is gone. You left it in that room. Never recovered it.
Wait, I never picked it up?
No. Unfortunately, the Hollow King has been messing with your memory, and reacquiring your blade was not on his list of things to let you do.
Okay. Do I have my shield on me?
Absolutely. But you hear Icarus one more time. You don't have to accept. You don't have to rule. But you are a king whether you like it or not. Denounce the title, sure. It doesn't change the truth. But there is one thing that can prove whether you're a king or not. And he taps on his stomach. He begins pulling a blade from his stomach. Only a king can wield this weapon. Only a descendant, a true descendant of Icarus, myself. It's your choice to abandon this path now, or to take the family rune before it's gone forever. I'm not going to be here for much longer. Voice begins to fade in the portal. Seize your birthright, or let this rune be lost forever. Family rune no one else bears. Choice is yours. Accept who you are and decide who you'll be.
Okay. That's literally affected the blade. Lewis, watching Icarus take the blade from his chest, simply just stares down at his own for a moment, as what seems to be a small pulse of purple energy just floats around his chest. And something flashes in his mind. The face of, actually, him on that cliffside as Tyrandrum tumbled down below, its tail severed, and his own as well. He turns around and sees all of his allies, and in particular, a certain cleric with a terrified look on her face. And his vision shifts back to normal again at the scene. It'll help me be able to be useful to the people of this world. And so be it. As he places his hand on his chest and grips. Feeling the hilt of the blade start to form. And quickly pulls it out of his chest as, for a moment, there seems to be a golden blade that forms. But due to Tyrandrum's influence, the golden color shifts to a dark purple, the hilt of it being a physical form, but the rest of it almost like a shadowy flame. I don't know if I'm worthy of using this, but I guess I'll use it all the same. As he puts all his energy into it, and a brilliant red flame shoots off of his fire rune and builds along the blade. This mixture of purple and red flames, each trying to temper themselves in internal conflict, but all to serve a single purpose: to cut down the enemy before him as he slashes the gate.
Screech can be heard. Chaos from the portal. Take 10 more damage.
Yeah.
And
As this is happening, would Lewis, having channeled his fire rune been able to use his fire rune heal?
Sure, certainly.
Oh my god. Okay, I was exactly 10 HP, that's why I'm so perfect.
So you spew in a few more hit points. I believe it's 6 from your rune.
Yep.
And as you cut down this thing, you could see blood falling. And well, you don't see anything actually. Sora, you see blood falling in front of you. The Sun King proud. Finally, something good. And at the end of my line, no less. Your blade goes through the portal, but also through Zergus. She's connected to the Hollow King as the last seed. The last little end that needs to be cut off to kill him. And you hear, for the final time, the last time, your grandfather's voice. You still don't know who you are. You think the dragon's in you. You are the dragon. And the portal shatters. The Hollow King cries. And a proper reward forms in the room. Not filthy shadow rune. Stone, of course not. That's left to those who only use shadows. This one is someone of the mind. Hollow King's reward. Psychic Soulstone. Psionic Soulstone.
Whoa.
Cool.
Hollow King has been vanquished for the first time. Not in 500 years. The Hollow King has never been defeated by a Rune Warrior. He is sent back to the mouth that feeds. And all of you immediately are suspended from his fabrication. You know, in a straight up fight, he actually wasn't that strong. But goddamn, his ability to change your memories was really powerful.
Oh, yeah.
And as you all are suspended from this dream, you find yourselves laying somewhere else on the floor of a keep in a new place, a real place, your place. A small, small kingdom tucked away that belongs to the New Elves, but now belongs to you. City of Tears.
Oh.
Once forgotten, but no more. And the moment you pop into this place, you see the 3 soldiers who had marched to this place that everyone, the entire world, forgotten. Oh, that's how powerful he was. And yet you beat him. Literal kingdom. The animated knight, particularly the hero knight, stands before you in this room, reading to you gibberish, before eventually giving up and handing you a scroll, Lewis. As that shitty entrance you thought you entered to get to the Hollow King was in fact a magnificent kingdom. And he hands you the scroll because he can't seem to read the pages, but your loyal soldiers before you. Well, let's just get to it, shall we? Only you can read this page. Why don't you do that for us?
Lewis, grabbing hold of the scroll. There's almost a sense of hesitation in his movements. He kind of like pauses his hand just before receiving it, before taking a deep breath and finally grasping it. And he slowly unrolls the scroll one word at a time as he speaks aloud the words. They who reads this scroll only discern its truths. If you are born from the blood of Icarus and or Pendragon, for all else they see gibberish, and magic fails to unriddle its passage. I, Icarus, low lord of the City of Tears, bestow upon thee, should I and or my descendants go missing, the rights to the land of Tyr, its capital, surrounding forest, and all the treasures that be. You who is of true blood, may you carry out our name, our legacy.
And at the reading, Badger's signet burns onto the paper, as well as a signature with a ring burned, authenticating. And of course, a memory, in itself not full of power, but it does entitle you to this land and its true strength. Should you bear this title, should you bear this place, City of Tears is yours.
Lewis, holding the ring in his hand, looks down on it, and in particular, at the symbol of Alpha Zion, and remembering the tattoo that was on the back of Icarus before he was released from his fate, and just stares at the crystal, unsure of what to do.
All of you heard him. You heard what he read. You heard what his grandfather said to him. You see the ring of remembrance. And he truly does not have to take up this mantle, but it is his. It's equally his to put down. How do you come to his aid?
I just put my hand on Lewis's shoulder again and say, look at that. That was incredible. I'm not going to bow to you, though, if that's okay.
I won't expect it.
Look at it this way, Lewis. I hear it is very difficult to nail down your retirement home. I think you've kind of got the jackpot there.
That's one way of looking at it.
It's the best way I can do. I can see the look on your face. I'm trying to stop you from thinking too seriously. I think this is finally the best way I can... She, gestures to everything. I believe that you deserve this. And this is the most physical representation I think I can ever describe to you. You are a hero, whether you say so or not. In my eye, you will always be. And this is a hero's home.
Adia recognizes this as a moment for the group, so she is just sitting on the stairs over here and smiling at the picture of all of them surrounding Lewis.
I look back and say, Maria. Get over here. It's group hug time.
We lived.
You are incessant.
And Lewis is king, we must hug.
Wondering where we are.
The City of Tears, like they said.
Yeah, where in the world is the City of Tears?
Maybe we have to go and explore Aria.
Oh, Aria, stay there for a second.
As you're about to take your picture, young Rudd, whatever input he adds to it, his body begins to change and slowly develops back into a fully fleshed, matured tiefling. Man, would you?
My boy.
Emerald's back.
I was just starting to get used to you the way you are.
Wait, were we there a lot longer than we thought?
Oh my.
Because that was not supposed to wear for another week.
It has been about that long, my lords and ladies. The noble house of the City of Tears. We have waited for you from the moment you freed our souls. The Hollow King's clutches are strong.
They're probably worried about us up at Mother.
Oh, we used up all of our training days.
She's got a pull out her book and she will write to Minerva, "We're finally out," just so she knows.
My name is Durgan, and you have equally freed my spirit. And these as your message flings to the area, spouting off. The new settlement, almost born overnight, forgotten by everyone, even the wilderness and the beasts that roam, as deer begin to flock onto the property and rabbits and birds begin to sing. How could even they forget? But they did. Durgan tells all of you, "Shall I show you around your keep, my lords and ladies?"
Yeah.
Lewis looks down at the ring and puts it in his pocket for the time being. Yeah, we're already here. May as well take a look around.
Follow me. This is the throne room. Beyond this is the city. It is empty, but its provisions are quite neat. It lacks food, shelter aplenty, supplies aplenty. But beyond the throne room is your headquarters, my liege. Your table for your knights, your rooms for your most gifted and trusted soldiers, and of course, the final matter at hand, bringing you to your treasury, so that you may have the wealth of your new status. And he walks forward into the abyss, and I will start bringing you guys to Lewis Willing, to your new freaking base.
Whoa.
He just wants to be a princess here.
Follow me, lords and ladies. There's much to see, much to discern. There is only one truth. The Hollow King can no longer take that from any of you. Can no longer take that from me. This is yours. And he walks in and he bows, and the camera spews forward down a long-ass hall. Doors to the left and right for you to explore. As you look up, you can see a balcony where the staircases to your left and right lead, which lead to even more rooms. Probably about 16 in total in this place. To the far north is where the knights hold. And as he walks, these doors shunder open, as though the kingdom himself is awakening to your presence. Something controls it. A room where you could forge. A room where you could serve whatever god or being you believe in. A room for supplies. A room to relax. A room to eat. There's more to see. Let your friends explore, but Lewis, come with me, my lord.
He seems hesitant for a second, but just breathes to himself and just gives everybody the nod.
I'm not gonna lie, I prefer this over Mother.
Lord Lewis, and here is the secret passage down to your treasury. Your friends here are no doubt your most trusted allies. But others may come in the future. The responsibility that you're about to claim, should you keep it, will be costly. This place has been on pause for centuries, but it will cost much money to keep it safe from those who would wish to seize it, whether that be beasts, mouthers, or other nobles who believe it theirs. Down here in this secret room is your treasury and your most faithful ally, who will make sure this land is protected. I cannot journey with you. You must go alone.
He steps forward and through the door, but just before his foot makes it through the hallway, he just feels the breeze of the hall as wind just blows against his hair, against the bandage, against his curse, and against his last organic arm. He before finally taking a step forward and down to the treasury.
Walk down a spiral staircase, 90 feet into the earth, where you come out into a room dressed in blackened golden door. It opens on your command. You need not even speak. When you enter the room, you see it now. A reward. Gold. Your birthright. Symbol in your house. 2 statues of a dragon on your left and right. One of remarkable resemblance to Tyrandra.
Oh. As Lewis progresses forward, golden light slowly coming over him, illuminating the halls. He steps forward and looks at all the wealth around him. All the gold, all the chests, the bones that lay before him. And he seems almost discontent, still in shock of everything, and trying to fully take it in. And in his mind, all he really remembers is those days when he used to sit in the alleys by the bar, drunk off his ass, and with all the townspeople staring at him with looks of disdain. Of the countless hours and countless gold pieces spent toward drowning himself, toward trying to forget everything. Of the papers that would ridicule him, of the words and jeers that continued to echo in the back of his mind. And at the end of all these memories, one in which he's simply sitting at what seems to be a hilltop with a bench on it. Tired after a mission, back in his youth, and simply laying back on that bench with the cleric by his side. You know, I really do wonder why they keep giving us all this. It's not like it really helps us all that much. We're always on the go anyways. What use is gold if we can't really spend it, right? And a young cleric just gives a slight giggle. It's their way of saying thank you, I guess. Whether or not we use the gold is on us, but there's a saying in my coven that the gold that we receive isn't really meant to be of much. All that really matters is what you do and whether or not you're happy doing it. That's all that matters. All the gold that's given to you and all the equipment, all the home, food, and material objects that are gifted to you for what you've done. Well, think of those more as tools for you to do even more good. To do even more of what you want to do, and to spread even more of that goodwill of yours. You know, you really do have an interesting way of looking at things, Claire. I try my best. And...
Are you done talking to yourself, King of the City of Tears? There's much to discuss. The dragon's head lifts up from the golden pile. It is I, Godbrand, who layeth here upon your bed of gold. The other half of your family crest, the better part of Tyrandrum, the 2 dragons who served the first new wells that stepped into this world. And though our paths may have broken apart centuries forward, it is still us who serve you, not the other way around. Even if one of us are stubborn. And this is your gold, and you will spend it for nothing else to secure your claim. This forest has fallen under the lordship of another. This place not accounted for, but within his terrain. I advise you not to underestimate them. They seem weak and frail and petty. But this Morgan, his gold spans wide. And he will lay claim to the City of Tears as it is on his grounds. It is in his terrain. But you must stand firm, young lord. Of course, you're young to this dragon. It's several hundred years old. When they come to claim your station, you let them know this bag of bones has holy fires still yet to breathe. Use your newfound gold. Protect your kingdom. Be the ruler this world always needed. And if you truly wish to abandon this path, find someone who could sit on that seat and do it justice. I will serve whoever you place upon that throne, whoever wears the ring of remembrance. But you must remember who you are first. Now the matter at hand, some of this gold is bloated by silver. Some of it is bloated by copper. But ultimately, the treasury of Tyr is yours. Here is what I have detailed for you. It's not an exhaustive list, but it is the majority. And it is yours.
Louis seeing the list appear before him. He just has blank eyes as he looks at it. And he just remembers those words. The things they give us are tools to do even more of the good. And he takes a deep breath. Tell me, if I use all this, will I be able to help people?
You're a king, Lord Louis. There are few in this world who have the power to help or damn others than a king. You'll be able to do whatever you please, and I'll be right by your side. Unfortunately, my soul is bound to this kingdom, primarily to its treasury. But know that Godbrand is here, and Tyrandrum will come around eventually. It is awful that Tyrandrum's evil upon this world because of the Hollow King. Tyrandrum forgot who he was, and it is our job for him to remember too.
Louis reaches into his pocket and at the ring of remembrance and just rubs his thumb across the crystal for a moment. And as he flips it around his fingers, he notices the two symbols. The first being the symbol of Alpazion, and the other which seems to be a figure holding a blade. But as he flips it around to the side where the figure with the blade should be, his finger runs across it, and another seems to take its place. One of 5 intersecting wires, seemingly twisting together, each different shades. And he takes a deep breath. Well, let's hope I can do this one. Do everybody proud. As he slips it onto his finger.
And as you put it onto your finger, your birthright comes full circle. Sun's blight blazes. Godbrand smiles despite only being a skeletal dragon in this state. And those things of value that will surely aid you in the future come to light, first and foremost, among your many treasures, to outfit you and your party against the many horrors they'll have to face. This final piece may be all about your family, all destined for another in your group. Last remnants of Godbrand and Tyrandrum. This one will need to be forged, but I believe you've now the resources. Only time is against you now. While you stand in your keep, I would like a last moment from you. Not until I go to your allies first, as you should close this session out. You return up top. For now, Lewis is still far beneath. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to destroy the dynamic lighting just for a second so that you can see the upper portion, which you'll be able to access in the future by going to the right of the map. I will disable dynamic restricting movements so that you can pass through walls to go to the upper and lower levels. Of course, if we ever fight here, I'll have to restrict it again, as you'll need to physically move there. In the meantime, dynamic lighting is now off. Each of you have a bedroom that you'll need to pick, a place that you'll need to station yourselves, and a kingdom that you'll need to decide what part you play in. And while you explore, perhaps you're on the second level now because Lewis had a whole thing below. In any case, I want a last moment from you. And it sounds like my food's here. So in ABC order in the chat from Maria down to Sora. Maria, can you give me your last moment? Of course, skipping Lewis, he'll be last.
She's just wandering around, throwing doors open, looking inside, amazed that things aren't all covered in dust. It is really quite overwhelming. As she goes upstairs, she half-heartedly yells into the kitchen on her way to the stairs, "You all right in there, Sora?"
You just hear lots of pots and pans kind of clanging as the week of not eating has caught up to her. And even though she's not a fire rune, she certainly eats like one. And she is zooming around the kitchen, getting a very thick kind of soup prepared, grabbing huge bread loaves. It's just going back and forth. "I'm fine."
"I'll stay out of your way." She runs up the stairs, looks through the different rooms, comes across, it looks like that's a larger bed with a blue covering. "Oh, if Lewis wants this one, he can kick me out." She goes in and just turns her back towards the bed and does a little hop and just throws her body onto the bed. "God, this feels so good. I'm getting too old for this shit." And she will roll over onto her stomach, take out her book, and turn to her page that allows her to do sending. "My prince, I wonder if you are aware of the Kingdom of Tears, or did even you forget?"
You hear a voice reach out to you from the void. "You did well, Aria. I was not aware of this place. My task as Elementar is not all-knowing. But thank you for serving and returning the rightful ruler to the City of Tears. When the time comes, he will have my support."
"You would love it here. I wish you could come see. Until then," and she draws a little heart and she closes the book as she just inhales very deeply. If it wasn't for her very starving stomach, she would be sleeping, but she's just going to, a sigh of relief and happiness and stress dripping off of her. She's just going to listen to the birds chirping and enjoy the quiet.
A beautiful way to end the session. And I told you all I was coming for your pockets. When you take, you must replace. Take a point of inspiration, Aria. for your ending of this arc and for your ending of this session. Now down the grapevine. Emirates, what are you up to? Do you eventually claim your own room? Finally, you're not a child anymore.
No.
Oh no, he fell through the ether.
Yo.
There he is.
There we go.
Very good.
Oh. Whoa. Okay.
Whoa. Walk us through it, Emirates. Oh, that shit.
Gotcha. What was I next to?
Yeah, you're up now. Aria just finished.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn.
Already. I don't think I would still be in the kitchen. I would be in this room.
All right. And as you're wandering this place and eventually you get to your room, what's going through your head about everything that just went on and what are you doing?
I think Amrit's memory's a little spotty. Especially as far as like the most recent events. But he's catching his bearings, he's kind of understanding what's happening overall. And he's back in his room, he's writing down his findings of what all happened. As far as like side effects go for what he drank before they went out. That turned into young Rhett. And he'll make that like that log, that documentation. He'll then also just get into bed and just curl up as he's exhausted.
When you lay in your bed, you remember that the night chapter has reached out to you before. Like they're always watching, they're always listening. But here, protected by some type of divine light or strength, maybe even sacrifice, you don't feel those watchful eyes on you anymore. Sure, you're not free, far from it. Tonight, maybe you'll finally get to sleep while feeling like someone's always watching. Thank you, Emerald, for your final moment of the session. Of course, like Candy, at a point of inspiration. Which brings us to Judith. Judith's final scene of the session.
Judith, everyone kind of went in and explored the beautiful place, but Judith just went to the church area, and she walks in. She has 1,000 things running through her head. She has all the story stuff, all the Hollow King things, and all this. It's just constant. It's constant and constant. And she thinks back to when she almost died, because this was the closest that she has ever gotten to death before. And she just thinks for a moment and lights a candle with her hand and says this is a small little prayer to Far Inferna, just as a thank you. And she would sit here for a while, thinking back again, and she would start to like look at the photos and then decide not to, and rest for a while. And if it's okay, there's one other thing I'd like to do. After some time goes by, an hour or so, she makes her way upstairs where all these people are and finds Emerald's room. A little knock.
Knock at your door, Emerald.
Yeah, just a minute.
Please, for the love of God, keep your pants on.
He'll open the door.
Get it flowing.
Oh, hello, Emerald.
Hey,
You feeling okay?
I don't know. Not good, not bad. Different. It's hard to
Come in for a
explain.
moment.
Sure. Oh, like gesture
She enters in.
inside.
She will sit on. I'm zooming in. You have a little desk there. She'll sit at the desk, and then she's like, "Okay, have a seat, please, on your bed if you like."
Sure.
She pulls out a notebook that has all of the findings that you had asked her to do when you drank the potion. And there's there's like photos of when you drank it, and the whole crowd being like, "Oh God." There's descriptions of how your behavior was slowly changing. There's photos of you in the throughout the time. There's photos of you cracking a smile, joking around, having a childhood. In the traumatic sense that this kind of was. And then she says, all in all, I think you were a pretty good kid. I'm glad you were able to get that experience. And then she reaches into her jacket and pulls out this small something that's wrapped in this like purple fabric. And she will say, here, this is for you. Happy adult birthday, I guess.
I'll take it. What is it?
I mean, you gotta open it to find out.
You'll open it.
When you open it, you see a small dagger. It is your childhood dagger. I don't believe there was a hilt to it, but I could be wrong. It's polished. It's very clean. And I'll say, I hope this isn't a negative reminder, but just something to remind that your childhood was horrible. But hopefully now there are some better moments. This was given to me by Irma and Nikita. She figured that this was something important for you.
He'll like run his like finger across the blade.
Sorry it took so long to give it to you, but I guess it kind of seemed appropriate after recent experiences.
Thank you. I thought this was all behind me. Being a kid. Dying. But no matter what I do, it all just comes back one way or another.
It'll come back. It'll try to rip through your soul, turn you into a monster. It doesn't have to be that way. And I know the others and myself will always be there with you, just as we were for Lewis. Whenever it's time to go to Mothmorn and reclaim your own self, we go.
Will not. And when we do, it won't be for revenge. It'll be for justice. What needs to be done. I won't be a monster. And he'll sheath like the blade like among his other knives.
She just smiles. That's good. There's probably a good chance that what they were doing to you, they're still doing to kids right now. We can go and be their heroes. You can be their hero. I'll be there to record it and take some great photos of you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, enjoy yourself. Get a good night's sleep, and I will talk to you later.
Yeah. You too.
So, gently close the door. Start to walk across the hall to. She's gonna pick the room on the other side. Fall down face first on the bed, and she's snoring in seconds.
So, Sora had accomplished her goal with enough supplies on hand. It was easy to get some potato and maybe some chicken soup. She decides she helped him get it. She is going to have at least one moment pretending, and she's kind of like, she's not really sitting in your throne, Lewis. She is more like sideline, like laying in it. Her legs kind of dangling off the side as she's like spooning this soup mixture into her mouth, and she points to one of the knives. He's probably was like telling her she couldn't sit there. I helped him get it. I sit in it for 1 hour. That's all I want. And then goes back to eating. But eventually, she does get done, and feeling a little bit of energy, she will set the bowl down, and over the guard, she kind of flips and does this kind of acrobatics down the stairs until she's next to the flowers, and she feels this energy to herself as she looks down at her hands. She's grown stronger again, and this time she kind of feels nature's element with her. And as she thrusts a fist out, she just feels her own ki now kind of surrounds her as the winds kind of answer her strikes, as small gusts of wind kind of form around each punch as she spins and does this very acrobatic like fashion of striking with her hands, the leaves and flowers kind of billowing a little bit with each of her strikes, before she finally settles, clenching her fists and looking up to the throne. I always knew you could do it, Lewis. Now you give me hope for what I can do. I will control my destiny as you have controlled yours. I will save Ogoboss. I will save everyone. As long as you're always by my side.
Ogoboss whispers into your mind.
Bring it on, big guy. Handing it to Lewis.
Finally, our king.
As Lewis stands in the treasury below, he stares at the ring and the symbol that appeared on it. Of various intersecting wires. Different shades, seemingly different textures, but all converging nevertheless. He remembers the various adventures that this group has gone through. Of their first encounter in the mouth that feeds, of their chance meeting at that festival, of training with Mistafar, the game with the chorus, of going through Asakali's temple, of losing Mustafar, of the funeral, of making it down to Icarus, of their training, meeting old friends, and making new ones. And the final memory of them sitting all around at that table. And for the first time in a long while, the old memories of the old Tangle don't seem all that important to him anymore. For the first time in over 20 years, Lewis isn't looking toward the past, but what's in front of him now, and of what he actually wants to do and protect. Of the people around him and the potential that they could achieve. They just need a guiding hand to help bring out that potential. A smile comes to his face as a tear slowly rolls down his cheek. I only got one life, right? I've been given the chance, so I may as well look to what's here. Because what happened back then may have led to what is now. But I know better than anybody that I can't change it. So let's take the first step forward. As he places his finger on the ring and twists it, as a distinct click sounds, and the scene fades.
Everyone, make sure you took that point of inspiration. As you eventually leave your vault, return above, as all of you explore these halls of the City of Tears. This closes and marks the halfway point in our campaign. And I look forward to exploring the rest. I want to thank you all for playing Phantoms of the Past. And always remember who you are. Good night, Stream.
Good night.
Simba.
You're the master of your life, so make it a good one.
Also, one thing I forgot. I have expertise in acrobatics now.
By the way,
I have a 10.
before
Oh,
you,
your lord!
Light it in though.
before you cut the cameras, by the way,
You thought I was hops before.
you got a little more than that. Whenever you close a Guido's gate, you get a single point of an ASI. One ASI to put anywhere. If you remember, you got it when Phoenix closed the gate. You got it now when our boy Lewis closed the gate. In any case, for the stream, that is going to cut it for today's episode. If you haven't followed, if you haven't subscribed, then what the hell are you waiting for? And I will see you next time. It's your host, Falcon, and I'm flying out. I'll see you all in 30 seconds.
Out of fear, we kept running, tried to hide away. Can you hear? War is coming, beckoning our fate. This is the day that we stand up. This is the day we fight. We'll take our pace, we won't give in. Our victory is in sight. Only a sword in our hand, but we enter the lion's den. We're not waiting for a war.